This is the Dr. Shoup Show. Now, here's Dr. Randy Shoup.
Well, you and I have talked about the importance of microbiology in your gut and intestinal tract. And every day there is more and more and more research coming out that is drawing all of this information together. And there are 3 brand new research papers that have been published all about the microbiota, the living biodome, if you will, inside your intestinal tract and how particularly important it is to you. And last evening, I was sitting around and I had just received my most recent journal called Gut. Yes, there is a journal called Gut, G-U-T, and the June 9th edition of it. This is from the Institute of Medical Sciences in Aberdeen University in Scotland, and here's what they say. They did a study understanding the complex relationship among what foods we eat, our activity level, and the gut microbiota and the richness thereof. Here's what their study says. It revealed that athletes had higher levels of specific enzymes that signal muscle or tissue damage. See, if you're an athlete and you exercise, you actually build muscle by breaking it down, by damaging it, by damaging the tissues. The tissue then heals and repairs itself tougher for the next insult. That's why muscles get bigger. You damage it, it says, oh, if we're going to do this, I better be stronger, so it keeps building more. These men who were actually rugby players also had lower levels of inflammatory markers and better metabolic profile of the microbiota in their gut than men who were absolutely healthy but non-athletes. The athletes, the researcher said, also had a greater diversity of the bacteria in their gut because they think they found that they ate higher levels of protein and higher amounts of vegetables, which gave them a wider variety of bacteria in the gut. So healthier, active, athletic men had a different bacteria population in their gut than even healthy men who weren't athletic or active. Here's the second one. Obese people and those with type 2 diabetes, and that's the type of diabetes that you get when you're older, that you get because we eat too much sugar and we start to get diabetes, not born with it, but later in life. This was a meeting that was published in the Society of Endocrinology and the Endocrine Society in Chicago. Here's what they did. Manipulation of the intestinal bacteria could offer a new approach to managing obesity and type 2 diabetes. Here's what they found. People that were obese and people that acquired type 2 diabetes later in life, they started looking at the microbiology in their gut. Significantly different than healthy and non-obese people. This means that there may be a way of treating obesity and type 2 diabetes by changing the bacteria in your gut. But there is this whole question that says, well, did the gut bacteria change and that led to the obesity and the type 2 diabetes? Or did the obesity and the type 2 diabetes force the gut to have to change because of what it was feeding, the food that was getting fed into the gut? In either way, we know now there's probably some science behind changing the bacteria in the gut, and that would affect those two things. The last one, listen to this. Bacteria in the guts of kids with type 1 diabetes appears to be less balanced than the bacteria in children without diabetes. This is in Diabetology. Moreover, the non-diabetic children had higher levels of the usually beneficial kind of bacteria. So type 1 diabetes kids have a significantly different gut bacteria than kids that don't have type 1 diabetes that are healthy. And this all is revolving around what you and I have talked about before. It's incredibly important that we all stay balanced and healthy with our gut bacteria. If we constantly take antibiotics, you and I have talked about the triclosan, antimicrobial agents that are literally in everything anymore. We talked about it in toothpaste. We talked about it covering toys, in our clothing, all over our air conditioning units. We have in our environment now massive insults that really affect our gut bacteria. Our foods are covered with pesticides, and all of these things, I believe, are creating a significant shift in the bacterial population of our gut. So the more you can eat a variety of as much raw food as you can, the more you can eat healthy and active culture yogurt, the more you can keep a healthy GI tract, the healthier you are going to be. So there are 3 brand new research studies that all point to the same thing. Healthy bacteria in your gut means you're going to be healthy too.
You're listening to the Dr. Shoup Show. Exclusive insider info, audio, and video is online now at ddsradio.com.